Hey everybody, it's Marguerite Crespillo, and welcome to another edition of Real Estate Real World, where we get to talk to all the cool people. And today we have some super extra cool people today because, you know, they know all the fancy stuff, and that's why I'm actually doing a call with them, because we were actually having some technical difficulties this morning, and because I got these young guys on here, they're able to figure all that fancy stuff out for me. So we normally have been doing this a variety of different ways, and now I have just figured out Google Hangouts. Very, very cool. So welcome Greg McDaniel and Matt Johnson.
Hey, what's up, guys?
So we're very happy to have you guys on the show today. Thank you very much. Why don't we start with you, Greg? Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do? Like, you're actually in real estate, right?
Yes, I actually do real estate. I'm so glad that you're putting me front of the line, Matt. Learn where you belong, behind me.
Save the best for last. That's how it works. Save the best for last. Like a fine wine. I'm just going to be over here decanting. You go right ahead.
No, okay, you're going to decant yourself. That's nice. Okay. Guys, my name is Greg McDaniel. I've been a real estate agent for just under 17 years with my team, the McDaniel-Callahan team here in Northern California in the East Bay of the San Francisco Bay Area. We have a team of 7 agents. We are top producers here with our high-end boutique brokerage called J. Rockcliffe Realtors. I am the head educational trainer for my brokerage. I get the opportunity to train a bunch of new agents or agents coming back into the business on a yearly basis. So I'm training a couple hundred agents. Co-podcast host with Matt on 2 of our podcasts, and just love what I do. I love being in this business. I honest to God believe that real estate is the best business on God's green earth, because where else can you do whatever you want, whenever you want, make as much money as you possibly could ever imagine, and wear whatever you want at the same exact time. I mean, it's awesome. I mean, I don't have any shoes on right now. This is great.
I love everything you said. I had no idea you've been 17 years. Wow, you look way younger than, older.
Oh, see, this is why our friendship is going to grow. I love this.
Flattery.
Wait, I think I have it backwards.
Everywhere.
Let's see. So how old were you when you got into real estate? Like
6.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was trying to do the math in my head.
So I got into business when I was 20, turning 21. Wow. Coming out of a 2-year failed college attempt where I got a solid D-, but I did get a PhD, doctorate, and MBA in drinking, drugs, and girls, and my parents ripped me out of that environment by my ears and brought me back up here. Started working with my family, and literally I learned on the hard streets of Danville, which they're not hard at all. No. They have little fluffy cottontail bunnies running along. It's so easy going around here. But I learned that every time you screw up, it's a 25,000 mess up. So you learn very quickly on what not to do. So,
yeah,
and
exactly.
My father is more than gracious to keep me on the team. If I had to tell you stories about what I put that man through, whew.
That's why he's got a lot of gray hair, I'm sure. And
oh yeah, that's why he has gray hair, and yeah, I'm not going anywhere with that.
So the great thing about kids, it's funny because I also barely passed high school. I mean, I do have a PhD. I have a public high school diploma, but it was by the skin of my teeth, right? And so you don't really realize how you affect your parents until you have kids of your own. And so as soon as my boys became teenagers, I was constantly saying, I'm sorry, Mom. I'm so sorry, Mom. Mom, really. Mom, I swear. I'm sorry, Mom. Please take the curse off. Please take the curse off, Mom. So there you go.
That's the funny thing, I'm sure that every parent, they're sitting there going, that little SOB, when he or she has a kid, they are going to look at me and going,
yep.
I, from the depth of my soul, I apologize.
It's the parents' curse, for sure.
And the grandparents just laugh, shake the kids up like little cans of soda with sugar and love, and give them back a, here you go, knock yourself out, sweetie.
That's the best part about grandkids, I'm telling you what. Get them all pumped up and send them home. So. Or my favorite thing is actually not to sugar them up, it's to give them loud toys. Yes. Like what's even best is to give them like drum sets. Or we just got this, we were in Old Town Sac for Father's Day, and I got one of these big hand puppets, and it was a bird. Oh. And every time they do the little noise, it's like, caw, caw, caw.
Oh, no.
Totally obnoxious puppet. And my son calls me yesterday. He's like, "What the hell is this?"
This is my gift of saying you're welcome for all your wonderful childhood. Here you go. Now you get to experience all the pain that I went through.
Well, we do have another guest on the show.
We do?
Matt.
We do? Oh, my gosh.
Matt, welcome, Matt. Let's hear about you.
Yes. So I am Matt Johnson. I am Greg's co-host in crime and certified Greg Wrangler, I'm told.
But you got demoted from level 1 to level 2. You went down a level, remember?
Yeah, I've been slipping lately. All right. So Greg and I met through my work with viral marketing, which is where I worked with a lot of the top agents around the country running their like video and email marketing and stuff like that. Anyway, so we got into podcasting. The podcast is Real Estate Uncensored. Because of that, I went on to start a company called Pursuing Results that helps people podcast and books guests and stuff like that. So if you want to run your own podcast, that's what I do. And then I'm also a partner in Elite Real Estate Systems. So I'm helping Jeff Cohn expand his team, which is Nebraska's #1 team, all around the country. We have offices in San Diego, Salt Lake, and Boston.
Wow.
I didn't know you guys expanded out that far. Wow. No, I didn't know they expanded out that far yet. I mean,
we did. No, we did. Yeah. We also have an office in Lincoln, Nebraska, but that's like 45. It's practically a suburb of Omaha, so who cares?
So what's funny is I actually live in the town of Lincoln, California.
You live in Lincoln?
And I do.
I know right where you are.
You do? You're not a stalker, are you? No.
Well, I'm not going to admit that on air.
And so I live in Lincoln, California, so whenever I've done marketing in Lincoln, I invariably get some lead somehow from Lincoln, Nebraska.
Nice. Well, now you know who to pass it off to.
Now I know who to pass it off to. So I was actually a guest on your guys' show not too long ago, Real Estate Uncensored, which is how I met you, and then Matt and I got to have coffee down in San Diego area, Del Mar. I ended up
beautiful.
That place is
That's right.
Gorgeous.
That was like a stone's throw from Tony Robbins' old house.
And I was waiting on Matt, and I had to do some shopping, so my husband wasn't very happy about that. But
well, how was he in kill time? I mean, come
on. So I was fascinated by you guys for a number of different reasons because of the stuff you're doing, both with podcasting and with real estate, really. And I know that, Greg, you do a lot of stuff on Facebook. In fact, we were and Snapchat. So I'm going to say, Greg, help me out a little bit on Snapchat. I've been following him on Snapchat because, as many of you know, my 19-year-old would not teach me Snapchat. And so I'm now on Snapchat, so you guys can follow me on Snapchat. Although I forget half the time to post stuff, so I don't have a super exciting my story on Snapchat, but I'm working on it. So
you want to know something cool about Snapchat?
Yeah.
I found out. You know when you take a photo, that can be one of your snaps, and you can write text on it. Well, you can also take your finger and you swipe left, right? Okay. From the left, you'll go right, and it will bring in different filters. Correct?
Oh, right.
Your geolocation, temperature, speed, all the rest of that stuff. Well, if you go to Snapchat.com and there's an uploading process, but you can create your own custom filter with a geofence around it that you can do for open houses, you can do for your brokerage, you can do for maybe parties, you can do for all kinds of things.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I found out about that when I was on a tech panel about a week or so ago, and he made us all pull out our phones, snap a photo, and then swipe left. And I'm like, oh my God, there's a YPN filter. I'm like, click, go, and I send it out.
Well, now I'm going to feel super smart, and I'm going to have to go teach somebody that. Snapchat. So I go to Snapchat.com?
Yeah, Snapchat.com, and then there's an uploading process. You have to upload some tech stuff. Have any 12-year-old, reformat the photo.
And then it is like $5 for a certain, like a minimum of 24 to 48 hours, or something like that. Like there's a time limit and a cost involved that's negligible. Let's try it.
Because I'm doing an open house tomorrow.
There you go.
I might just try that.
Do a contest on Facebook. Tell everybody, hey guys, let's have a contest. Whoever can make the most snaps with my custom filter, and then send them to me, and send them to me so I can see them. I'll give you a $10 Starbucks card. Incentivize people to go do that.
Wow.
I just came up with that, by the way.
That was worth the podcast today. Good job. That was worth the 20 minutes of tech trauma.
Yeah, exactly.
Matt gets us on the air, and then I talk about a filter, and all right, and our job is done, boys.
We're all good, right? Let's just end it now. We're done.
Okay, let's kill it.
So with that, you've done some stuff with Facebook, and you just you were talking a little bit about Facebook Live. Help us understand the best way to really use Facebook Live, because I think agents are still figuring that out.
Yeah, a lot of people are afraid of the camera. You, me, and Matt, we are not afraid of the camera, which makes us unique. But the first thing agents and everybody needs to understand, look, when you go live or you go on camera, you're going to look, in your mind, horrible, and you're going to sound 10 times worse. Just keep in mind there's a loving, supporting family and friends that don't care what you think about what you sound like and look like. They know, like, and trust you. So get over yourself and move forward from that. You're not a celebrity. You're not a movie star. They didn't airbrush you. You're real. You're raw. That's the whole point of a Facebook Live, is to be raw, real, interact with people. Now, if you want to get onto it and you're sitting there going, what is Facebook Live? First off, well, you go to your Facebook app. It has to be on a cellular device, so an iPad or a smartphone. Will not work on a laptop or a desktop, versions yet.
Yeah, I was going to say that's changing, though, isn't it?
God, I would love to shoot off of this with this mic and do Facebook Lives. That'd be epic.
Well, there's something I saw called Wirecast or whatever, Wirecast, but I think there's a cost to it. That's a little more extensive stuff beyond what we're talking about. But
yeah, Wirecast is going to allow you to be able to broadcast over multiple different Facebook pages. So you need to be broadcast from a business page. So you'll have to go from like your real estate, but then you can post to all your families, your friends, other Facebook pages, and it will simultaneously broadcast to all of them. The one problem there is that when you get comments, you only see the comments from the business page that it's originally broadcasting from. So let's say the three of us wanted to do this and we did Wirecast. I would be watching my Facebook, Matt would be watching his, you would be watching yours, and then we would all be answering and talking back with the people as we did it. But let's dumb it down really quickly so the nuts and bolts. Go to your Facebook app, press on it. Your news feed's going to pop up. At the top, right where you write something that says what's on your mind, you're going to click on that. It's going to have a drop down, and in red it's going to say live video. Press on the live video. You're not going to go live. Press on the live video. It's going to open it up, and if it's your first time, it's going to ask for access to your microphone and your camera. Give them access. Then you're going to, when it opens it up, you're going to see the camera's going to come alive. You're going to see kind of a grayed out version of whatever the camera's pointing at. It's not live yet. Once the cell has hooked up to a strong service, either Wi-Fi or a strong cell phone service, there's going to be a blue bar at the bottom that's going to turn blue. It's going to say go live. Don't press that yet, okay? Don't press that yet. In the middle, you're going to type something in that's going to be like the equivalent of a title of an article, the title of a book. It's going to be describing what you're doing, all right? You want it to be entertaining, engaging, sexy, fun, so that people click on it. Once you get that done, you get comfortable, you hit go live on the little blue button. It's going to go 3, 2, 1, boom. Now you're a live instant streaming out to your Facebook peoples. Now you can actually do a live stream directly to one person, to a specific group, to a specific page, to the public. I go live to the public because I want the most interaction I possibly can. And what you do is it's going to go live to your friends and the people that follow you. So in the beginning, always say, hey guys, welcome to the Facebook Live. We're going to be talking about blah, 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 and yakety smack. You know what? Hey guys, for the people that aren't on this yet and watching the replay, guys, subscribe to me right up here. Follow me so that you guys can get notified when I go live so you don't miss any of my goodness. And then you just start talking. I start with music, and I do this stupid little wiggle that I get called out for all the time, like, Greg, wiggle. I'm like, I'll do my little dance.
What?
Yeah, you got to watch
I think I'm not subscribed, apparently, to his Facebook Live because I have not seen the wiggle.
Go follow me on Facebook, and you will see the wiggle.
Is it just Greg McDaniel?
Yep, Greg McDaniel, and then follow me. Because I can't have any more friends. I'm at 5,000 friends, so just follow me. And you tell that to every single. You say that about 2 to 3 times throughout your live cast, so that people who catch it midway, they'll go follow you if you like it. Just be entertaining. Go do something fun. If you go to facebook.com/live map, you get to see where people are broadcasting from. It's a very healthy stalking opportunity.
Healthy stalking?
Healthy stalking. I'm actually checking it through right now. Live map. Let's see if it is still up. Yeah, it's still up. Absolutely.
So you do what? You look at live map?
Yeah.
And I realize not everyone's online, but you can go online after you listen to this podcast.
Right. Facebook.com/live map. You're going to get a map of probably the U.S. or wherever you are with little blue dots. If you just run your mouse over it, you'll see what they're doing without them knowing that you're there. But if you click on it, they'll know that you're there.
Wow.
Facebook itself, in its descriptions of how to do a Facebook Live, say that to do them for a minimum of 15 minutes, because for Facebook Live, the whole point is for live interaction. Now, when you start getting people to come on, like let's say Marguerite pops, she clicks on my video, then she can start hearing me, then I can see that she's there. So if I'm talking about something, I'm like, oh, what's up, Marguerite? How are you? Welcome. I'm so glad you were able to make it. You know, guys, this is an amazing agent. She's up in the Sacramento, Lincoln area. If you guys have any referrals, send them up to her. She's absolutely knocking out of the park, the best agent you could ever refer to. Oh, Matt Johnson just joined. Matt, guys, Matt is a killer down in San Diego. He has got a great podcast company that he helps people get up and do these scary things and be in front of cameras. He's the best in the business. Contact him. So you engage and you talk. I try to do shout-outs to people. Dude, I'm serious. It really gives them the warm and fuzzy.
The engagement is what's important, is what you're trying to say, right?
It is hugely important because Facebook's going to look at your algorithm. If you're doing Facebook Lives, there's not getting good engagement or good, response. They're going to kind of start dumbing you down a little bit as time goes on. But the more engagement, the more time that you have, just start talking to these people. Give them a shout out. Ask for questions. This is a two-way conversation. You talk, they type. And then at the end, when I'm done, I go and I have a special outro that's way off the top when it comes to going over the top. Super loud music. I get all crazy, and then I yell. I'm like, all right, guys, I'm out. Boom, and I click it.
So tell me how. Okay, so are you using? Matt's just shaking his head.
Oh, he does that all the time.
Yeah, I do that a lot.
A lot. No, you should be paid for that.
So are you doing them with your open houses? And
Yes.
how are you doing that? Can you tell me a little bit about how you do that? Because I'm doing one tomorrow, so I'm going to use your stuff tomorrow.
Okay, so everyone, Margaret, this is you included, go to Amazon right now or after the podcast, and you're going to type in Smart Lav. SMARTLAV, Smart Lav. It's an $80 lavalier microphone that you'll clip to your shirt and then plug into where your headphone jack goes on your smartphone. This will give you nearly professional quality audio for $80. Usually lavaliers, wireless ones, will go from $500 to $800 to $1,000+. So when you're walking through echoey rooms, hallways, if you have traffic, wind, whatever, this will help minimize that and give you a much better experience for the user. What I do is I get everybody going. I start a live cast like, hey guys, find out, what was my title? My title yesterday was, what was my title yesterday? It was something, super easy. It was, check out our new listing in Danville for $1,299,000, basically $1,300,000. As of right now, I have 598 views, 57 likes, and a share on that thing. So someone shared it onto their newsfeed because the content was good. And I just walk them to the house. As people come in, I ask them if they have any questions, what do they want to see, so on and so forth.
Were you running this live the whole time while people were coming in and out of your open house?
No, the Facebook Lives can generally run for about 90 minutes, and then you need to restart a new one. What I did is I just gave people a preview, so you can use this to showcase properties to people that can't make it, or maybe are out of town. You can do the same thing with Periscope. Is another product where it's virtually the same thing, but that goes to the world, not just your friends on Facebook. And just try to go do something fun with it. Showcase neighborhoods, interview restaurateurs, businesses, interview the mayor, the city planner, principals of schools. Show people different neighborhoods, drive through them. Really give people the opportunity to experience the area that you live in and work in, so that if Matt's moving from San Diego and he's never been to Lincoln, California, he and his fictitious wife Julie and their 3 children, obese children, would all be. Matt does another joke Matt and I have on our podcast running. Matt, Julie, and his 3 obese babies. But,
well, it's probably more likely I would move to San Diego than him to move to Lincoln.
Okay, so let's reverse it. You're looking for that, and Matt has all these videos of all these beautiful, wonderful places. Well, you start building a trust with with the agent that is doing the videos, and they're very searchable. They get recorded. They live on your playlist for your videos on Facebook. In 2013, 60% of home buyers and home sellers went to an agent's website to check them out. In 2014, the number jumped to 77% of people went to an agent's Facebook page. So
wow.
It helps build your credibility. And it's a lot of fun, guys. It's addicting. It is truly addicting. I'm a Facebook addict, Facebook Live addict.
Like crack.
Like crack and meth without the pox and the the horrible teeth rot.
You got your teeth. There you go. So Matt, tell me how you tie some of this stuff into the things you're doing.
That is an excellent question. So, I mean, Greg's kind of on an island, but we're working on a way to incorporate some of the Facebook Live broadcasting stuff he's doing. We can't really talk about what we're building, but essentially we're building something that's going to incorporate some educational content, training, live trainings, along with the live broadcasting that Greg is doing, and actually getting other people, other prominent agents and team leaders and whatnot to broadcast some stuff live into private Facebook groups. So unfortunately that has to stay under wraps, but we're working on integrating all that stuff together. Right now what it does a really good job of is promoting our podcast. So if you are somebody that is creating content, let's say you have a farm and you have like a Facebook page for your farm, or you have a blog or whatever, I mean, right now your target audience is probably on Facebook, and so Facebook Live is a great way to reach them, get across their feed, and then send them over where you want them to go. So it kind of becomes the top of your funnel, so to speak, and send them over to wherever you want them to really engage with you. That's where I would integrate into. I mean, that's basically how we're doing it. Greg is pulling people in with his Facebook Lives and then pointing them to the podcast, right? Which then helps them build a deeper relationship with us, makes them more likely to turn into clients, customers, whatever you want to call them. But building those relationships, and I do the same thing for myself. So I do shorter broadcasts for me. I'm looking to reach really busy author, speaker, entrepreneur types, and a lot of times they're not watching me live. They're actually going back and just happening to see my feed scroll by, and if they see that it's like just a 2 or 3 minute live broadcast, they'll drop in and watch the replay. I actually get more traffic that way than I do trying to stay on and get a lot of interaction. So now that may affect me, like Greg said, with the algorithm deal. If they're prioritizing interaction, that may hurt me, so I may have to change that up. But right now, that's working really well. So, I mean, I've reconnected with people that I hadn't spoken to really in a year from doing Facebook Lives, from them dropping in and either watching the replay or seeing that I was doing something and then paying attention and just kind of looking back through my feed to see, oh, hey, what's this podcasting thing that Matt's up to lately? And that's directly led to like new guests for the podcast, and not just for mine, but for Real Estate Uncensored and clients and all kinds of good stuff.
Yeah, well, you can also, one thing there, also, maybe people are wondering, well, I don't have a large Facebook following, but I like this whole live idea. I want to build it. What you can do is, if you have enough data or storage on your device, which I sadly do not, you can download that video. Don't give me that look, Matt.
Do you have a small memory drive on your?
Yeah, it's my first iPhone. I didn't know what I was doing, so I'm gonna go get the 120 meg.
Yeah, you have to just always get the max. Don't you know that by now?
I do now. I learned a very bad lesson, McDaniel. So you can download an HD version of that video onto your device, and you can upload it to YouTube, to Twitter, to Google Plus, I mean LinkedIn, anywhere you want to upload.
You don't need to download it to your device. So you can, but you don't have to. So I go and just pull up the Facebook video after the fact on my desktop on my Mac, and you just go to click on the options, and then you can download your own video. If you're logged in under your own Facebook credentials, you can just download your own Facebook Live video and then go upload it to YouTube and put it on your blog or whatever.
That's why we have Matt here.
Thank you.
I know, because I'm on mine right now. I'm like, wait a tick. You're telling me that I've been doing this the whole time?
You're probably doing it the long way. So
yeah, don't download it to your phone.
Remember, you already told us you have to do things the hard way, so you have to do those ways, and then you figure it out.
Yeah. I want to put 10 steps when there could just be 2.
That's right.
But you can, on the back end of it, you can tag it. You can say what kind of category the video is in. You can put a title to it. You can do some editing on the back end if you want to. That's a much higher level of this, but it's an incredibly powerful thing. Do we want to tell them what the new thing coming down about it is?
Oh, it's a big secret. I don't know. Yes, let's tell them.
Okay. Oh God, I was holding my breath.
You were so excited all day. You've been like on pins and needles. See, the rest of the world is panicking about this whole euro whatever thingy-majigger.
The stock market dropped 600 points today.
Right, and we're excited about Facebook Live. So go ahead.
It's the small things in life.
Hey, I'm excited about Britain leaving the European Union, so that makes two of you more excited about Facebook.
We'll get into politics. Politics on the next show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No.
All right, so here's a really, 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 really cool thing. For all of you guys can't tell, I got a serious love for Facebook Live. But this is the cool thing. It used to be just you talking to the masses, them not being able to talk back to you. What they're coming out with is that you can do one-on-one Facebook Lives with another human being, and the other side can drop out and other people can come in. So you can have a rotating guests as you do Facebook Lives, and people can watch.
Is that kind of like Blab or Periscope does? Now you can do it on Facebook?
Yeah, Blab is going down a very dark, ugly path, and I do not know if they're going to be around much longer. People are jumping out of that thing faster than rats out of a sinking ship. Yeah. So, I mean, it's sad. It was a beautiful...
I never got it, really. I did one Blab early on, but that was about it.
I love Blab. But we could blab about that all day. Let's go back to this. You're going to be able to, if you announce when you're going to do a live Facebook, people can go into a waiting room where they will literally wait for you, and then they will be in instant audience as soon as you go live.
Kind of like a webinar almost, huh?
Yeah, like a live webinar.
Wow.
It's really cool stuff. It's really, I know when Matt and you, three of us were talking about it off air, I know all of us are like, oh, we can't wait.
We can't wait. No. And just so you know, you guys hold tight, because as soon as it's launched, we're going to do a show. We're going to do a Facebook Live.
Oh,
for
yeah.
Sure.
Oh, yeah. I'm just going to say something funny, but I decided to bite my tongue.
Okay, so Facebook Live is off the hook. You're doing a lot of stuff with that, with business. So I actually wanted to talk a little bit about podcasts, because podcasts have really skyrocketed quite a bit. I mean, I started mine a couple of years ago, and people are like, you're doing what? What's a podcast? They didn't know what I was doing. And truthfully, I didn't know what I was doing either. When I first started the podcast, I was like, well, this sounds like fun, and I got a free conference line, and just started reaching out to people, and then it took off, of course. But now more and more people are doing podcasts. Just about everyone I know, it seems. But I know that some people, and I'm curious if you guys know about this, are doing local ones. There's a gal named Marguerite Gaguerre. She has a great name, by the way.
I'm like, what?
Her name is Marguerite Gaguerre. She's up in Tacoma area, and she does a podcast called Move to Tacoma. And it's really designed and targeted for people who are relocating to her area. And she does what you were talking about, Greg, on Facebook Live, which I like the live thing a lot. But she does this podcast where she interviews business owners and interviews community leaders and things like that with her podcast. Are you seeing much of that, Matt?
Yes. Well, I mean, I'm seeing not as much of it as I should. Let's put it that way. I don't think the average local service provider, whether it's real estate, mortgage, financial advisor, recruiter, whatever, they haven't really caught on just because the industries are old and slow to move on anything. They haven't really caught on to the power of podcasting. They're being introduced to it because of all the industry podcasts where what we do, right? So but the outward facing, the podcasts that kind of face the public to build your business and build your referral network, that really hasn't caught on yet. And it should, which is that's one of the things that, if you work with my company, we do. We book the guests for you, because that's the hard part, is reaching out to all those people and getting them on the frickin' phone excited to talk to you, right? So we're seeing it, but not as quickly as we could, but I think more people will catch on. The cool thing about the Facebook Live stuff is getting to the point where all this stuff is going to converge, and podcasting will not be this separate thing. It will be just a method of delivery. It'll be one way that you can consume the content. So you might record like what we do. We're recording this on Google Hangouts. People can watch the video. They can go to YouTube. They can go listen to it as a podcast. You know what I'm saying? Podcasting just becomes one menu to consume somebody's content. It's not a thing in and of itself. So the thing is the content that you're creating. So you could go to Facebook Live and interview your business owner, broadcast it live, have the video, put the video up on YouTube, and then you have somebody take it and turn it into a podcast as well. So you give people all these different options for how they can interact with you and consume your content. Like that's really where we're heading.
So what I love about that, and what I love also about what Greg was saying, is that, so interestingly enough, this morning I did a webinar with Jay Thompson from Zillow. And we were talking about kind of our, as an industry, our kind of love-hate relationship with Zillow, right? Like we love them and we don't, people complain about them, but they pay them and kind of this thing. And what he was talking about, which I thought was so impactful, is that, Zillow can come up with a ton of data, but what they can't come up with, he gave this perfect example about when he was going to move to an area in Arizona, I think, something, and he didn't know the area at all. He had relocated from somewhere else. So he'd seen a bunch of the information and all that on Zillow, but what he didn't know, that the agent did know, is when he got to this house, they fell in love with this house, but it was about 2 miles from a dairy farm.
Ooh.
And right, and so when the wind blew right, you got a very odor that you could not predict off of any other sites. So,
do you have a smell function on this by chance? I want to sniff the air. No, you know about this from Omaha. I mean,
hey, watch it now. I'm from the city. Thank you very much.
But the bottom line is that what we need to spend more time on is the community centeredness, that's not really a word, but centeredness of what we do, right? So if you're doing Facebook Live and you are telling things about the community that you wouldn't see on a, some online data matrix. So doing little things, like you said, interviewing business owners in the area and talking about, like I think it was you, Greg, that did one where you were literally driving down the street showing what the neighborhood looked like.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of stuff is not things that you can really get online. And if you're tying those and tagging those to your web pages and stuff like that, what a difference it makes.
Oh, it makes a huge difference. And the really cool thing is that if you really want to get crazy techie dorky on this thing, which I love to do, I had a friend of mine, she called me a tech dork, and I'm like, yep, I own that 100%. So there's a really cool website that you guys can go to. It's called, Matt, are they coming for you? I hear sirens.
They are.
Run for your life, my friend.
Yeah, they got a shoulder roll out the nearest window. Hang on.
Do not let the man get you. Don't let him take you down.
Oh my goodness.
So there is a site called neighborhoodscout.com. It is the coolest thing. So what you do is you can go in and you can type in an address or a zip code. Now if you type in a zip code, mine is like 94526, right? Type it in, and it's going to give you a red outline of where that zip code is, and then there's going to be different colored submarkets in there. You just run your mouse over one of those submarkets. They're going to be listed to the left-hand side as well, and you click on it once. A little pop-up is going to take place. Click on the overview button, and then it's going to give you super hyper local valuable content about the real estate, about unique and notable people, places, things, income, ethnicity, ancestry, transportation, occupations, how they get to work, all kinds of stuff that you can go do incredibly detailed videos in sub-markets of your master market, and then you're going to look like an absolute flippin' genius, and all you have to do is go read a website.
Wow, that's why you look so smart.
I know. Or is it the glasses? I'm not sure.
It's the glasses for sure.
And I just lost 25
just gave
IQ.
you.
I just lost 25 IQ points.
That's right. All right, and Greg just gave everybody the secret to doing those longer Facebook Lives that he does. So like when I do something short, it's usually a single thought. It's based on a blog post or whatever that I've written. But Greg will go out and get stuff that's like, hey, 10 points on this or 15 points about this. So he's got enough content where he can just riff with people and keep the conversation going for 10, 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes or whatever, because he's got, you've got a lot of content in front of you. That's really the key to doing those longer videos, is grab those, grab those posts and grab that information, whether it's about the neighborhood or whether it's about, the top 5 ways you can remodel your house to get the highest home value. I mean, just go to Realty Times and grab some of that stuff and you can do a Facebook Live on that. You just have to have some content in front of you, so in between interacting with people, you can immediately turn back to something and give somebody a small chunk of value. Like, the reason I don't do longer Facebook Lives is because it's usually a single like linear train of thought, and it's very hard to like catch people up that missed the first part of that, which is why I just keep it short and get off. But
yeah, I feel like I'm rambling a lot of times, and I never actually thought.
I hate that.
I never really thought to have a bunch of content in front of me. I feel like I'm just trying to like fill up time.
Yeah, and I didn't like that feeling either. And that's the key, is having like a top 10 or top whatever list where it's little bite-sized chunks of this and that, to where people don't have to be caught up every time they join.
Well, that's great information to have at an open house, like you just mentioned. Collect all that data, take it to your open house. Usually you got some time on your hands.
Yeah, just every once in a while you have time on your hands. So you go to realtytimes.com that Matt talked about. They have buyers, sellers, homeowners, HOAs, renters, advice. They're one-page little articles. They're super easy to read. Regurgitate them back out on Facebook Lives. Also, another hidden source for data is Pinterest. Go there, and you can just type in Real Estate Trends 2016, and you can start getting some really cool graphics that you can look at and riff with right there. That's another source that I get a lot of my info from. And or whatever, or messing around, I'll go to these different sites, find something I like, and then start thinking about how to do it. Or if I hear someone talk about something, or have a question about something in my day-to-day life, I'll write it down in a little notebook I have. I'm like, okay, I got to do something on this. Or I'll ask my viewing public, hey guys, what do you want me to talk about so I don't bore you to tears? And then they'll give me things to go talk about.
So what I'm hearing you guys saying is really obviously you're going to do some random ones, but ideally be a bit more strategic about your Facebook Lives, not just get on there and talk about the tacos you ate, right?
Right. That's really boring, and nobody honestly cares. Okay.
Oh,
so there's a site called.
Unless they're really good tacos.
Oh, and
street tacos are the bomb.
Unless you're sharing a new restaurant, that people should know about. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
You could do that and interview the owner, the chef, the general manager, and talk about the tacos. That's interesting, right? But here's the cool thing. This is something that you could totally start doing. You can start giving out digital coupons. Check this out. So let's say we're at a taco shop, right? It's a just ridiculously, awesomely cool place. Places, they got the line out the door, blah, blah, blah. You talk to the owner, go, hey, I want to help you guys get more business after the initial flare happens, right? So I'm going to do a video, and if they mention, for me, they would say like, hey, come in and mention McDaniel Callahan team, or mention Greg McDaniel, and you'll get a whatever percentage off, or buy one, get one free, or whatever it is. That way, they can track on what return they're getting, and that coupon never dies, so that if people come in 2 years later and say that, and you go in and get a taco with their girlfriends for lunch, and they're like, hey, we just had 3 people that came in and asked for you said your name, and we gave them the discount. You'll know that people are watching your content, and it's still helping that person's business.
Wow.
It's really, really pretty cool.
Smart, Greg. You're kind of a smart guy.
I'm smarter than I look. I get that a lot.
This is super cool. So what other ideas you got? Let's we got just a few minutes left, but let's come up with some other good stuff. What else you got? We got a ton of great stuff already today. Holy cow.
Well, what do we want to talk about? I mean, what's fun stuff? I mean, we could.
Well, I'm still having fun with Facebook. Let's talk. Okay, what about Facebook advertising? Are you doing any of that?
I do have an idea. I came up with it the other day. I haven't done it yet, but no one's doing this. Okay, so check it out. Get your pens out, boys and girls. This is going to be fun. There's going to be a quiz afterwards.
All right.
Okay, so we're back to doing videos, but we're not doing live videos this time. What we're going to do is you're going to make a video every 7 days, and you're going to boost it to Facebook for 7 days. Now, you're going to cover subject matters like, maybe a client or a new listing you have, or a buyer need that you have, or go over a couple of the new listings you have, or a couple of the buyers that you're working with their permission. Give their first names only, never last names. Talk about what they're looking to buy. If anyone's thinking about selling, these are the areas that we're looking to buy in, whatever else. So that will run for 7 days. Next one, do something in the community, right? Talk about an aspect of the community that people may or may not know about. So here we have like an old museum of Danville. So you can go there and talk about what the history of Danville. Here's what you'd see. Go check this out. It's free to the public. There's your community. Boost that. Then you go boost a business, a restaurant, another small business in town. Do a quick little, talk about what this does to the community and everything else and why people should go there. And then the last one is a government. And do something on a mayor, or a principal or someone that's an official at some level. Then talk about why that area is such a good area to be living in. And then you just change the different, videos only every 7 days, $5 a day per video. Nobody is doing this, okay? And it's bringing new relevant content that's actionable and entertaining to the viewing public. And it's not like, hi, I'm Greg McDaniel. Ding, I sell homes and I should be your realtor. Everyone's like, ugh.
I'm telling you, if you guys are only listening to this on audio, you're going to have to go over to YouTube and watch the video because it's been pretty entertaining, I do have to say.
Oh, my God.
Matt is cringing. He's like, oh, McDaniel.
I was like, please, no.
And he did it again.
Well, I think that is a brilliant idea. I feel like I could go on and on for days with you guys, but we're going to have to wrap up here. We all have busy schedules. I know you guys have other stuff you're recording. So I did want to say you guys have a fantastic podcast called Real Estate Uncensored, mostly because I'm a guest on it.
Well, naturally. That was our
just for one episode. We were fantastic for one episode.
The rest of them we suck.
That's right.
No, but we did have fun on that show. I can't wait to see it. But we had fun on this one too. And then you have your brand new one, Matt, called Pursuing Results, which I'm excited to start listening to that one because you got some cool guests lined up. So what else you guys got on the horizon as we wrap up today? Anything new and exciting? Well, we're going to do that Facebook Live thing. I can't wait to do that.
Well, we could tell you, but then Matt would have to kill you. No.
Well, he's going to have to come up here to have coffee with me because I went all the way to Del Mar to have coffee with him.
That's right.
But you're close, Greg. You're like an hour and a half from me.
I know.
Hey, are you guys going to be at Inman?
Yeah, we'll
need to be.
I'm going to be there the whole week.
That's August, right?
Is it?
The first week of August. August 1st to the 6th.
Man, that's coming up quick. Good Lord. So many trips.
Yeah, so much. So
can real estate have fewer events, for the love of God?
Oh, I'm sorry. Jet setter.
Yeah, poor thing. You poor thing. Well, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for being on the show today. If there's anything else you want to say before we wrap up?
It's been an absolute pleasure. You were so much fun on our show. Thank you for having us on your show. We hope that I hope that my information was valuable.
Great today.
I know Matt's was valuable. But yeah, thank you so much. It's been a true pleasure.
Yeah,
awesome.
And if you guys are interested in hearing the new podcast, which is not just for real estate, so go to pursuingresults.com. You can sign up, and you get the first 2 episodes before it actually hits the general public and see what it's all about.
Oh, fancy. Yeah, you can go over to iTunes and subscribe. Be sure to subscribe to all of our podcasts. Make sure to write us some good reviews, too. We need those, right?
Those are really helpful.
Those are the bomb. So, all right, and we'll post all these links that, Greg, I tried to write them down really fast, but we'll come back and get them because you posted Snapchat.com, which I'm going to go do that. Smart Lav to get your microphone, NeighborhoodScout.com, RealtyTimes.com, and Pinterest. I never even thought of researching. I just do it because I'm having parties, but Pinterest is fun for looking up real estate trends 2016. I love that. Or
here, we'll drop one more hot one on you.
Okay.
Go to homesnap.com. Like, snap your fingers. I know, that was cheesy. But go to
No, you need to do this snap, right?
What are you talking about?
No, we got it there.
Wow, I'm channeling
combine that with your jiggle, and we'll be good.
Relentless criticism if I did that. So you go to homesnap.com, guys, and it's going to look like a Google page. So you're going to type in a zip code. It's going to pop up with a map with all these little blue dots. It's going to show you where that is. But the value in this is on the left-hand side. It's 4 gray bars. The bottom one says Market Guide. Click on it. It's going to give you a 2-paragraph description of what the market is doing. It's also going to give you a health score and straight-up little bullet points on what the market is doing around you in the last 30 days. But you can also compare it against macro and micro markets. You can compare it against other cities and other zip codes. So if you wanted to do, like you were talking about, something specifically for your area, you could build this into your business. If you're like, okay, I'm only going to do these like once a once a month or twice a month. You could go in and talk about different cities, different zip codes, comparing them, contrasting them, what are single-family townhomes and condos all doing independently, what are they doing together. They have all these charts and graphs on it. You guys can share it onto Facebook. It's free, and if you have it on your phone, wait for it. Here it is. The cool thing is that you have HomeSnap on your phone. You can take out the app, snap a photo of the home, and it'll give all the pertinent information of that property right in front of you.
Wow. Okay, that was worth everybody listening to the podcast for sure. That was worth, there you go. That was fantastic. This is, I swear, I think we packed more stuff into this podcast than I think any of the other episodes just about. So that was
Greg
like
does talk
putting a
fast.
fire hose, right?
That's right.
Oh, that's a
Well,
good thing.
thank you guys so much for being on Real Estate Real World today. This was fantastic, and I look forward to doing a lot more stuff with you guys. You are full of fun and energy, and I don't know that I've laughed this much on a podcast. So this made my afternoon, so I don't need to have wine now. I'm all good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably a lie.
I mean, you're still going to, but
Of course.
Yeah.
you just don't need it as much. Yeah,
Right. I don't need the, like, infusion now, so.
that's right.
All right. Everybody, thanks for joining us on Real Estate Real World, and be sure to go listen to us on iTunes and realestaterealworld.com, and be sure to subscribe and write us some great reviews. Thank you so much. Go out and make it a great day.